You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
Well, guys, we're going to be talking about the playmaker Michael Irvin here in this video. The NFL Hall of Fame wide receiver for the Dallas Cowboys. Now, he's actually on Undisputed with Skip Bayless. And on a previous episode, I believe on Friday, they were actually talking about Ja Morant. Now, we have covered the Ja Morant situation quite a bit. Ja Morant is a fake wannabe gangster. He's out there flashing guns in Instagram videos, trying to act like he's hard, trying to act like he's a gangster. No, he's not. Ja Morant did not grow up in the hood. He is a fake wannabe gangster. Now, guys, I don't know if I told you guys this before, but I'm from the streets, okay? I can spot a fake gangster a mile away. And when I was growing up, I never, ever, ever wanted to be out in the streets. Never wanted to be a gangster. Why? Those guys don't live very long. I remember when I was in middle school and I started getting in the band. We had this one kid in the neighborhood, went to school, got in the band, but all of a sudden, he started getting around the wrong people, got around gangs and stuff like that. Guess what? Dead at 17. Yeah. The lifespan on a gangster is very, very short. And when I see people that are fake wannabe gangsters, you know, like Ja Morant, I really have no respect for them. And real gangsters don't have any respect for people like Ja Morant either. Actually, this one guy, he was a Crip. I think I talked about this in a previous video. He warned Ja Morant about going out there, acting like he was hard, acting like he was a gangster, when he wasn't any of that. Ja Morant did not grow up like that. Now, the reason I'm bringing this up is because Michael Irvin was actually talking to Skip Bayless on Undisputed about Ja Morant, but at the same time, he ended up exposing his own son. Now, Michael Irvin, we know Michael Irvin is rich. His son did not grow up struggling at all. My best friend, if he wanted to eat, guess what? He went out and got a job. He worked at the local grocery store, worked all his life. Now the man is very, very successful. He didn't have to go down the route of being a gangster. Okay. But Michael Irvin's son is out there being a fake wannabe gangster. And Michael Irvin now has exposed his own son. Check this out. Michael Irvin calls out son Tut Tarantino's hip hop persona. You grew up in a gated community. Now, guys, I do okay right now. I don't live in a gated community. I believe I've actually been in a gated community one time because I had to drop off something. It's not like a regular neighborhood, okay? People that live in gated communities usually don't have to fear for their life, okay? They don't have to do that. Now, Michael Irvin, he's from the streets. Michael Irvin is now slamming his own son because of this whole Ja Morant thing. And, of course, Tut Tarantino is not his real name. That's his rap name. Apparently, he had a couple of albums that came out. I had no idea. No idea whatsoever. But let's look at this. It says, for Michael Irvin, Tut Tarantino's street cred doesn't pass the dad test. The sports commentator and NFL veteran, father of rapper Tut Tarantino, criticized his son's hip-hop persona during an appearance on Undisputed published Thursday. Okay, I thought it was Friday, but it was Thursday. Irvin brought up Tarantino's rap image during a panel discussion of NBA player Ja Morant. Quote, I got a son. He raps. His name is Tut Tarantino, Irvin said. If you ever listen to some of his raps, I'm like, oh my God, where does this come from, son? You grew up in a gated community your whole life, close quote. Now, If you guys remember gangsta rap back in the 80s, Ice Cube, NWA, Dr. Dre, they actually were rapping about things they actually grew up around. When they were talking about people, dying in their communities, that really happened. Tut Tarantino didn't have to worry about that. I'm pretty sure that Michael Irvin, when he was in the NFL, was not living in the projects in Dallas. Remember, Michael Irvin actually had the White House. Remember, they actually rented a house where they can actually party and all this other stuff. They were rich. Michael Irvin's son is a fraud. And Michael Irvin has just told the entire world that his son is a fraud. Tarantino has released 2 albums to date. Tarantino World and Free Brack Part 1. The rapper's latest single includes Jokes Up, First, and Whip Work. I mean, are those even hits? I have no idea at all. Michael Irvin goes on. He says, quote, "He's rapping my life because we romanticize and fantasize about that old thug life, ghetto life, and all of that stuff. When we used to work to get away from," Irvin said, "now we've gotten to a place somehow that we're running backwards towards it. In the music, in everything." I'm going to tell this young man, you grew up in a gated community. Trust me, you do not want to go to the hood. You just don't want to do that, man. Don't even think about moving backwards, but apparently he has. And Michael Irvin has actually called him out. And I actually looked up Tut Tarantino. He's actually on X, Twitter. But apparently he hasn't put anything over there in years. If you look at the thumbnail, that's him on this video. He wants to look like a thug. And he's pretty much fake flexing. That's what he's doing. And real gangsters, man, are going to have no respect for that whatsoever. Maybe now Michael Irvin probably has just ended his gangster rap career because he's rapping about stuff that he really didn't grow up around. The man didn't have to struggle. I'm pretty sure Michael Irvin provided for him. I mean, what gangsters grew up in a gated community? Somebody explain that to me. I'm not talking about the mob. I'm talking about, street gangsters. None of them grew up in a gated community. None of them. Michael Irvin has exposed his own son as a fraud. Man, I'm wondering what his son is going to have to say about this now. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and white sports fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch you next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.